Welcome to Fresno, everybody. Today we're actually going to recreate the shooter's movements at the Fresno shooting, the Fresno massacre that happened on April 18, 2017. Three people killed. Today we're just going to go over the movements of the shooters. I'm going to take you through the whole crime scene. Probably take, I don't know, 10-15 minutes or so. And I'll give you guys a point by point exactly what happened, where the shots were fired, and how everything occurred. So to start off, the shooting occurred actually right here. You can see these flowers over here. There was a PG&E truck that was facing westbound, and I'm sorry, it's facing northbound, which is up this street. As you can see, this is a one-way street here. The shooter, I'm gonna cross this road real quick, hold on 1 second. So the shooter was standing pretty much in the area that I'm in right now. The PG&E truck would have been right where I'm filming right now. And the shooter walked up to the PG&E truck, fired 4 rounds into the PG&E truck, killing an individual by the name of Zachary Randall, who is a PG&E worker. Here's his memorial here. The PG&E truck, the driver of the PG&E truck immediately fled, and he drove, I would say, about a half mile to a mile south that way to the Fresno Police Department, which is about a mile away, to let them know that his passenger, his colleague, had got shot. So I'm standing pretty much where the shooter was. The shooter then walked up. This is Mildreda. The shooter walked up Mildreda. Well, actually, he was running, and he fired 2 shots right about here towards this house over here. This house is 934 East Mildreda. There was a white male that was walking out of the house. The shooter fired 2 shots in this direction over here. According to the Fresno police, the shooter thought that he hit the white male. The white male actually ran back inside of his house after he was being fired upon. And fortunately, he was not shot. So the shooter continued to go up this way. Well, let me just say also, whenever he fired, actually, let me go up a little bit further. So pretty much in front of this car over there, I would say, I don't know, 5 or 10 feet in front of that car, there was 2 Hispanic females that were sitting in the car. The shooter from this distance could see that there was 2 people in the car, but could not tell what nationality they were. He fired 1 shot in this direction over here. The shot actually hit 922 Mildreda, which is this house over here. That house right over there. So he fired in this direction. The 2 ladies in the car noticed that there was a crazy man with a gun that was firing at them. So they took off this way, which would be eastbound on Mildreda. The shooter then recognized that they were not white, and he did not fire at them again whenever they drove by him, technically. So the shooter continued to go up East Mildreda. Again, just bear with me. We got a little bit of walking we got to do. And he got to this alleyway right here. And at this alleyway, he emptied his shells in the alley, and he emptied 6 shells. So he had fired 6 shots so far, and he emptied them right here in this alleyway. He then continued to go west on Mildreda. He's coming up this way. I'm actually going to cross the street real quick. Again, this is the house right here that got hit with the shot. No one got hurt or anything, but that house did get hit. So again, we're walking westbound on Mildreda. We're coming up to Fulton Avenue. And Fulton Avenue is where quite a bit of stuff occurred. And again, it's taken me a lot longer. According to the Fresno police, this gentleman did all this within 2 or 3 minutes, so he was obviously running. because I'm already 5 minutes into this video and I'm just walking. But he came across over here on the west side of Fulton Avenue. He came down this way, and we are going southbound on Fulton right now. Again, he's got to be running pretty fast. The police said he did everything in about 2.5 minutes. So he must have been running pretty fast, because we still have a little ways to go up here. But again, the movements that I'm taking right now, the path that I'm going is the same path that the shooter would have gone on. So the shooter's going southbound on Fulton. Again, he's looking for white males. And we get here to 215 Fulton Avenue. He encountered a white male here by the name of Mark Gassert, and fired just one shot, point blank, killing the gentleman. So pretty much right in front of this house here. Took one shot, fortunately killed the gentleman. Here's his memorial here. And again, this is Mark Gassert. I believe he was in his 40s. So this is the second killing of the day by Kori Ali Muhammad. So he then continued to go up here. Again, we're going southbound on Fulton. He continues to walk up this way. He then notices, as you can see, there's a bus stop. There's a bus stop right there. And he notices 3 white males at the bus stop. So as he's approaching the bus stop, he fires, he fired 3 shots at the bus stop, not striking anybody. But obviously when these men noticed that they were being fired upon, they immediately scattered. I gotta cross this street real quick, give me 1 second. So as he's walking up southbound on Fulton, he encounters 3 males here, fires upon them, doesn't hit any of them, but he is now out of bullets again. So in this area here, he drops all of his casings, along with he dropped all of his shell casings along with 2 speed loaders at this location right here, pretty much on the corner of Nevada and Fulton. So the shooter continued up southbound on Fulton. Again, he fires 3 shots here towards this bus stop. He doesn't hit anybody initially. 2 of the white gentlemen, they scattered pretty quick, and one of the gentlemen was, according to reports, kind of heavy set, and he started to run in this direction. And this is the Catholic Charities church, where they help out the homeless, help out the less fortunate, and all that fun stuff. So we're gonna walk up here. The shooter continued again westbound on Fulton. We're going the same exact path as the shooter would have gone, and this is where he caught up with David Martin Jackson. Caught up with him here, and this is where he shot Mr. Jackson. And he actually took 6 shots, 2 of them hitting Mr. Jackson, unfortunately killing him. But again, a total of 6 shots were fired. So this was pretty much the end of the bullets that he had. He kills Mr. Jackson here, and then again, he continues westbound on South Fulton. Give me a second, we're still recreating it. So again, he has just shot his 3rd his third person, Mr. Jackson. He kills him. He's now out of bullets. He still has the weapon. Again, he's running. He's not walking like I'm walking. And he is again going southbound on Fulton. And we're now coming up to a street of Vorman. So we're on the corner now. We're getting to the corner of Fulton and Vorman. And at this intersection right here is where Mr. Muhammad encountered a Hispanic gentleman that was carrying food that he had got from one of the local organizations. And he was carrying the food, and in this area here. That's my father. Oh, and I forgot to mention that after Mr. Muhammad had killed Mr. Jackson, he had wrapped the gun in a t-shirt to kind of conceal it. And this here at this intersection is where he encountered a Hispanic gentleman. He told the Hispanic gentleman that there was a gun inside the shirt. Ultimately, the gun got in the possession of the Hispanic gentleman's hands. The Hispanic gentleman went down here, and the next street is actually Yosemite. He made a right on Yosemite, so you're talking maybe, I don't know, 300 or 400 feet. You'd make a right on Yosemite, and he went about 10 or 12 houses down, emptied the shell casings from the gun, and pretty much kept the gun, took off. They're still looking for the gun. They're still looking for the Hispanic gentleman, but the gun ended up down this street on a right on Yosemite. In the backyard of a house is where all the casings ended up. They're still looking for the gun. Now, Mr. Muhammad, he continued after he encountered the Hispanic gentleman. He continued again southbound on Fulton. He now has no weapon. His concern, I would believe, would be just try to get away now. Give me a second. We're coming up to the corner of Fulton and Divisadero. So he was coming up this way, southbound on Fulton. And this is where he encountered a police officer that was coming westbound. So the officer would have been coming in the same direction as this car here. The officer was coming up, obviously, to figure out where these shootings were coming from. The Fresno PD has what's called shot spotter. So anytime a gunshot goes off in the city of Fresno, they can respond pretty quickly without any 911 calls, because they'll know exactly where the shot was coming from. But a police officer was coming in this direction here, and they got Mr. Muhammad pretty much in this intersection, in this area right here.